Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, non-binary forest sprites, TikTok therapists with face piercings in more places than you've got bone density, blue-haired gender clerics of the Church of Infinite Pronouns, and you brave souls scrolling through this while clutching your pearls and whispering, "Surely they won't say that. Oh God, they did." Strap in, strap on, or just strap down your last 3 brain cells, because today we're diving taint first into one of the most mind-blowingly dumb moral panics of our time: gender-affirming care for children, also known as chemical castration with a rainbow emoji. But before I lob this heretical masterpiece into your squishy little brain, let's get real. You're here giggling like a sinner in heat but still haven't clicked shit? Fix that now! Subscribe. Like, ring the bell like it insulted your mom. And click join now to become a member, you sick bastard. Daddy loves you. Now let's roast some nonsense. First, let's give a big, woke round of applause to the brave new world where parenting means handing your gender-confused 6th grader over to a purple-haired therapist named Zem, who thinks testosterone is a fucking vitamin and puberty is a Nazi war crime. Welcome to Clown World, population castrated children and clapping idiots, where healthcare means Lupron lollipops, dick-flipping surgeries, and handing your daughter a double mastectomy brochure before she even finishes her multiplication tables. We're told this is gender-affirming care. Sounds soft, right? Like a gentle hug wrapped in pronouns and vegan cupcakes. But crack it open and what do you find? A medical horror show run by ideological ghouls with scalpels and a Tumblr account. Because nothing says love quite like slicing off healthy breasts at 13, nuking your hormone system before your balls drop, and chemically lobotomizing confused kids so Pfizer can meet quarterly projections. If your daughter says she's a boy, you're not allowed to blink. Just affirm, inject, slice, and clap like a seal at a drag queen baptism. So in today's episode of What Fresh Hell Is This?, we're going to chainsaw our way through the lies, slogans, and medically assisted gender cosplay that's being pushed on kids faster than you can say non-binary pansexual tree spirit. Buckle up, bitches. We're going full throttle down the puberty-blocked highway to hell. Let's begin with a round of applause. No, really, go ahead. For the enlightened society that now believes the height of moral progress is helping middle schoolers discover themselves by chemically castrating their balls before they drop. That's not satire. That's Tuesday at your local children's hospital. And if you question it, boom! You're a transphobic, child-hating, anti-science monster whose next gig is probably goose-stepping in a Hitler cosplay convention. Welcome to the cult, where the sacred doctrine is: your genitals are a social construct, but your feelings are medical fact. Praise be unto the pronouns. Now let's take their core idea and shove it under a microscope. No anesthesia. Gender-affirming care for children sounds so gentle, doesn't it? Like it involves hugging a teddy bear named Inclusivity and watching a Pixar film about diversity while eating gluten-free, soy-based empathy nuggets. But crack it open, and inside you'll find a surgical saw, a testosterone injector, and a one-way ticket to infertility. All labeled love. Because nothing says compassion like double mastectomies before algebra. It's not care. It's a medicalized identity crisis, wrapped in a rainbow flag, tied with a noose of virtue-signaling hashtags, and delivered straight to your child's endocrine system by Dr. Wokestein, MD, mentally deranged. The first slogan you'll hear from the cult is, "Kids know who they are." Sure, Janet. Kids also think Minecraft is a survival skill and that swallowing gum will kill you in 7 years. They identify as velociraptors, princesses, and occasionally a fucking toaster. You wouldn't hand them a loaded gun because they feel like John Wick. But if little Madison says, "I'm actually Max now," we're expected to throw a gender reveal party at Planned Parenthood and book her for top surgery before snack time. Here's the thing. Kids are dumb. Not maliciously dumb, not irredeemably dumb, just adorably, unqualifiedly, neuron soup dumb. It's not their fault. They're running on 20% of their eventual brain power and 100% of their TikTok intake. Want to know what else children know? That monsters live in their closet, that their dolls have souls, and that faking a cough gets them out of math. But somehow, these same pint-sized geniuses are now considered enlightened sages of gender ontology. That's not science? That's spiritualism with glitter and a GoFundMe page. What the gender priesthood conveniently leaves out is that up to 85% of gender dysphoric children grow out of it if left the hell alone. That's not me making things up on 4chan. That's from the DSM-5, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, aka the Holy Bible of Psychiatry. It says most gender-confused children will, upon hitting puberty, come to accept their biological sex. Meaning puberty is not an obstacle, it's the cure. But in Woketopia, puberty is now framed as a cis-normative hate crime. Some kind of Hitler Youth Biology Club where breasts and beards are fascist tools of oppression. And the solution? Block it, delay it, kill it with fire. Because when you're confused, nothing helps like medically freezing your hormones like a trans-dimensional Han Solo. Except, whoops, puberty blockers aren't reversible. Despite what your gender-fluid kindergarten teacher says between drag queen story hours, these aren't pause buttons. They're developmental nukes, blasting your body's ability to mature, reproduce, feel pleasure, or maintain bone density. The most common drug used is Lupron. You know what else Lupron is used for? Treating prostate cancer in old men and chemically castrating sex offenders. Sexy stuff. Here you go, Timmy. We've paused your puberty, your boner, and your future. Enjoy 8th grade! Let's talk about the affirmative model. This is the new gold standard for care, which says, the moment a child expresses any gender discomfort, clinicians must validate it. Not question it, not explore it, not even blink. It's not therapy, it's customer service with scalpels. Imagine if a kid walked into a plastic surgeon's office and said, I feel like I'm supposed to have elf ears and anime eyes, and the doctor just said, right away, sir, let me get the lasers. We'd call that dystopian. But slap the word trans on it and suddenly it's medical bravery. We've replaced the therapeutic process with a Snapchat diagnosis and a Google Doc full of pronouns. And anyone who objects is labeled a fascist. Therapists are now affirmation vending machines. You press the I'm non-binary button and out pops a chest binder, testosterone, and a TED Talk about queer joy. And what do you get if you hit male to female? A guaranteed case of erectile dysfunction, osteoporosis, and a dick inversion surgery that looks like someone tried to turn a hot dog inside out using a garbage disposal. Let me give you a metaphor so visceral you'll taste it in your molars. Giving gender-affirming care to a child is like letting a kid order their own dinner at a steakhouse, except every choice is permanent, and the steak is your fucking body. Kid, I want the filet mignon with top surgery and a puberty blocker reduction. Waiter, would you like your ovaries sautéed or fully excised? Kid, extra barren, please. Parent, should we maybe wait and see? Waiter, shut up, bigot! Your child has spoken. That's the system. That's what we've built. And just to really piss you off, if a parent objects, in places like California and Oregon, the state can step in and say, sorry, that's medical neglect. We'll take it from here. Congratulations! You've just lost custody for believing biology is real. In 2007, there was one pediatric gender clinic in the US. Now there are over 100. That's a 10,000% increase. Faster than herpes in a Coachella porta potty. What happened? Did kids suddenly become more trans? Did we suddenly evolve into a magical gender-fluid species overnight? Nope. The answer, as always, is money, bitches. A single transitioning patient can generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in medical procedures and drugs over a lifetime. That's not medicine. That's a subscription model with tits. First 3 months free, plus a bonus mastectomy if you sign up before your voice changes. Let's review the glorious woke utopia we've constructed. A child says, I think I'm a boy. The therapist says, congratulations. Here's your testosterone starter pack and a mastectomy punch card. The school says, don't tell the parents. They might believe in biology. And Big Pharma says, ka-ching, baby. Let's ride this gravy train straight to the bank on a rail of estrogen and severed testicles. This is not progress. This is not tolerance. This is a rainbow-colored death cult, and the blood sacrifice is your fucking kid's future. We've taken confused children, handed them scalpels and selfies, and called it empowerment. As if I'm a boy because I play Minecraft is now a medical diagnosis. Therapy? Gone. Parental rights? Dead. Consent? Hello. Biology? Fascist propaganda. Reality? Bigotry in disguise. You know what we used to call this shit? Munchausen by proxy. Now it gets grant funding. We're treating adolescence like a disease, puberty like a war crime, and anyone who says, maybe let's not chemically neuter our kids, like they're the reincarnation of Mussolini with a biology degree. Here's the bottom line. Gender-affirming care for children is not love. It's not kindness. It's not liberation. It's ideology with a scalpel. And the next time someone says, well, actually, kids know who they are, you tell them, kids also eat glue, hump couch cushions, and think Fortnite is a life plan. So maybe, just maybe, let's not let them amputate their nipples before they've passed pre-algebra. Burn the cult. Mock the dogma. Save the fucking children. I'll see you in the next video. Assuming YouTube doesn't implode into a puddle of estrogen and censorship first. Stay savage. Amen, you sick bastards!